Exclusive. Arsenal on the verge of a transfer bombshell. Deco's shocker. Barca is ready to snatch Vinícius from Real. United's new number one. Donnarumma to replace Onana. All of this and more in today's episode. Leo Messi is staying at Inter Miami. The Argentine has agreed to a new contract that will run until the end of 2028. If he plays out the full term, he will retire at the age of 41. The contract includes flexible terms. Messi can unilaterally terminate the agreement after each season, while the club can only do so after the second year. This gives both sides freedom of action while demonstrating trust and a long-term vision. This move coincides with the opening of the new Miami Freedom Park Stadium in 2026, where Leo will be the main star. His presence in MLS is also of strategic importance ahead of the 2026 World Cup, which will be held in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Messi has already made Inter Miami a club watched around the world. Now he has the chance to end his career not just beautifully, but historically. The London giant Arsenal has made a decisive step in negotiations for the transfer of Eberechi Eze, one of the Premier League's most brilliant players. According to Football Transfers, the Gunners have already agreed to personal terms with the 27-year-old Englishman, and Eze himself has made it clear he wants to play at the Emirates. However, Crystal Palace has no intention of compromising. The club is demanding the full amount of the release clause, £67.5 million, of which £35 million must be paid up front, with the remaining £32.5 million in installments. This is a tough stance that the Eagles do not plan to change, even despite the player's desire to move to a top club. Eze was one of the standout players of the last season, with 25 goal contributions in 43 matches, helping Palace win the first major trophy in the club's history. Arsenal sees him as a key figure in their attacking rebuild. The Gunners have already spent over £210 million this summer, including the transfers of Zubimendi, Norgard, Kepa, Mosquera, and the completed move for Gyökeres, making the financial decision on Eze a matter of principle. The question now is whether the Gunners are ready to shell out another £67.5 million for Eze. So what happens next? Arsenal is not rushing, understanding that Palace wants to find a replacement before the sale. But with each passing day, the pressure grows. Fans are waiting, and Eze already sees himself in a red and white shirt. Palhinha is on the verge of a move to Tottenham. After a difficult season at Bayern Munich, where the Portuguese made only 6 starts due to injuries and competition, he is open to a return to the Premier League. As a reminder, Palhinha moved to Bayern in the summer of 2024 for €50 million from Fulham. During that time, the midfielder played 25 matches in all competitions, but failed to secure a regular starting spot. The Spurs have now received the final green light from the Munich club. The transfer is gaining momentum. The deal is structured as a loan with a non-mandatory buyout option for €30 million, and the player's salary will be fully covered by Tottenham. Palhinha is already heading for his medical, after which he will sign the contract. The Portuguese is seeking stable playing time and participation in the Champions League, where the Spurs will compete after their Europa League triumph. His return to London is not just a transfer, but a chance to restart his career in a league where he was one of the best for tackles while at Fulham. Negotiations for the transfer of Gigi Donnarumma to Manchester United are ongoing, and these are not just rumours. The club made an inquiry at the beginning of the summer and is now actively evaluating the option of signing the Italian. The reason is simple. Andre Onana suffered a serious hamstring injury that will keep him out for up to 8 weeks. This means he will not play a single pre-season match, and the club risks being without its main goalkeeper at the start of the campaign. Moreover, Onana's last season was, to put it mildly, inconsistent. Despite playing 50 matches, only 11 of them ended with a clean sheet, and his mistakes in key moments, especially in Champions League matches, drew a lot of criticism. Fans and pundits repeatedly questioned his ability to be a reliable rock in goal. Paris Saint-Germain cannot agree on a new contract with Donnarumma. He wants to maintain or increase his salary, while the club is offering a reduction with bonuses. Additionally, the Parisians are close to signing Lucas Chevalier from Lille, which could make Gigi the second-choice goalkeeper. United is ready to offer around €60 million, and even the absence of European football is not an obstacle. Donnarumma is interested in the move. If the deal is completed, the club will finally get what it has been missing: a top and reliable goalkeeper who can stabilize the defense for years to come. Wissa has once again informed the Brentford management of his desire to leave the club. The forward is adamant he does not want to return to training and is pushing for a transfer, seeking a chance to play in the Champions League. Newcastle is in active negotiations. A first offer of £25 million was rejected, but the Magpies are preparing a new, much improved one. Wissa has already agreed to personal terms with the club and is pressuring Brentford to honour their promise to let him go. The situation is escalating, as Brentford has already sold Brian Mbeumo to Manchester United for £71 million and does not want to lose both key attackers in a single transfer window. Wissa scored 19 goals in the Premier League last season, all from open play, with no penalties. His desire to move to a club in European competition seems logical, and Newcastle is the clear favourite to secure his signature. Cristiano Ronaldo could do a huge favour for Real Madrid, and this isn't just nostalgia, but real transfer influence. After a failed season where Real Madrid finished without trophies, new head coach Xabi Alonso has set about a rebuilding project. One of the first steps was the decision to get rid of players who do not meet the new requirements, and among them is David Alaba, who has lost form after injuries and competition at centre-back. And here, Cristiano Ronaldo enters the scene, who, according to Fichajes, is personally asking the Al-Nassr management to sign Alaba. The Portuguese wants to see the Austrian in the squad of the club he is helping to build, with ambitions to win the Saudi Pro League. Al-Nassr coach Jorge Jesus has already given the green light to the deal, and Alaba himself is considering the option of ending his European career stage. The expected transfer fee is around €5 million, which is acceptable to both parties. For Real Madrid, it's a chance to free up salary space and complete a veteran cycle, and for Al-Nassr to get an experienced defensive leader. Thus, Ronaldo is not just remaining a Real Madrid legend, he is influencing the club's future, helping them clear the squad and move forward. Vinícius Jr. finds himself in the centre of a contract conflict with Real Madrid. He is demanding a salary on par with Kylian Mbappe, over €30 million a year, but Florentino Perez is strongly against breaking the club's internal financial structure. Negotiations have stalled, and although Vinícius himself publicly states that he wants to stay in Madrid, the situation remains tense. Against this backdrop, Barcelona is closely monitoring developments. Sporting director Deco does not rule out that in 2027, when Vini's contract expires, the club could try to sign him as a free agent. But honestly, I don't believe at all that Vini will move to Barca. What do they need him for? Everyone already knows his poor character, constant emotional outbursts, conflicts with opponents and referees, plus a huge salary that Barca simply cannot afford under financial fair play rules. This season showed Vinícius as a rather mediocre player, inconsistent form, poor finishing, and completely overshadowed by Mbappe. Moreover, Barcelona has its own wingers, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, and does not need another player with a problematic background. If Real Madrid does decide to part ways with Vinícius, it will most likely be a transfer to Saudi Arabia, where they are already ready to pay hundreds of millions for him. And Barca? They will certainly not risk their reputation and budget for a player who is already losing his star status. Recently, Portuguese forward João Félix became a player for Al-Nassr from Saudi Arabia. The transfer fee was approximately €30 million. Over his career, €246 million has already been paid for the 25-year-old Félix. Only Neymar €400 million, Romelu Lukaku €370 million, and Cristiano Ronaldo €248 million have had higher cumulative transfer fees. Ousmane Dembélé rounds out the top five with €220 million for all the Frenchman's transfers. Guys, do you really know your football? Then catch this question that will stump you. Clubs have spent over €115 million on this player. He has spent most of his career in Europe, is still playing, but has never played in any of the top leagues, the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, or League One. Who is it? Write your guesses in the comments. Let's see who really knows their transfers. We'll reveal the correct answer in the next video. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Keep watching for more football action and have a wonderful day.